What if the only thing standing between you and the life you want is a tiny glitch in your brain, and you could fix it today with one simple shift?
That's what today's episode is all about.
Life is beautiful.
The Theo Bros Podcast.
Yo, how we doing? I am Mike Theo,
I am Nick Theo,
and you are listening to the Theo Bros Podcast.
where you can count on daily wisdom to get your mind right. So, Mike, in the early 2000s, researchers at Cornell ran an amazing experiment. They brought college students into a lab and handed them a t-shirt. But it wasn't just any t-shirt, and it was one that had a giant picture of the face of the singer Barry Manilow plastered right in the center of it.
And who is Barry Manilow?
He's the guy, he's a singer.
Sounds familiar.
He sings the song Copacabana.
Okay,
That's it. Okay. So the students were then told to put it on and walk into a room full of strangers who were already sitting down answering a survey.
Okay.
So the goal was to see how embarrassed these students would feel when they walked into the room. So afterwards, the researchers asked the students, how many people in the room do you think noticed your shirt? On average, the students guessed about 50% of the people noticed their shirt. Then the researchers asked the actual observers in the room, and only 23% of them had even noticed, nearly half as many. So the experiment proved what psychologists call the spotlight effect, the idea that we constantly overestimate how much attention other people are paying to us.
Nobody cares.
Nobody.
I love that line in the Bronx still, man.
So do you know why it's the spotlight effect? Like, did you put two and two together?
Yeah, because we think there's a spotlight on us.
Like the movies, right? Like there's a spotlight on center stage and everyone is just
Looking
watching
at
you.
Yeah.
The world is revolving around you and only you, and everyone.
Well, you know what? I don't need to hear this story to know that that's not true. You know why?
Why?
Because we are literally trying to put a spotlight on us every single day with this podcast, and it's extremely difficult to get people to care. So it is the biggest challenge in the world to get people to care. People live in their own worlds, man.
Yeah.
The only thing that they care about is themselves, and that's just how it is. It's not a bad thing. It's just evolution. Like, we care the most about ourselves, and we're too busy caring about us to look at anything else. We live in New York City.
Yeah,
It's the most obvious example that literally nobody cares.
New York City is definitely helpful because we speak to a lot of people that come to New York City, move to New York City, and they always tell us, "Oh, I love New York City because I came from this small town where I felt like I
Idaho or
was judged
something.
by everyone around me, and when I came to New York City, I could just find myself and be whoever the hell I wanted, and no one blinked an eye."
Yeah, dress the way I want, act the way I want, be who I want, do whatever you want. Like, you can walk down the streets of New York basically in your underwear, and no
There's
one
actually a guy who plays
exactly,
the guitar.
but nobody would blink an eye. Nobody would even turn their head.
Yeah.
Everyone is just so focused on getting to the next place. Like, we've seen some crazy shit in the city, and it like doesn't even affect us anymore.
But you know what? Sometimes you said that people don't notice. I don't necessarily think that's true. People will notice. Like, let's say you fall, right? And you feel embarrassed that you fell. People will notice and they might laugh. But the truth of the matter is, like, you'll go home and you'll think about that all day. Oh my God, I fell. Everyone was laughing at me. And you'll keep thinking about, but the people that laughed on that train, they get off that train and they go into their job and they have not thought
You know
about
what they're
it
busy
one
thinking
more
about?
time.
You know what they're busy thinking about? All those other people you think are thinking about you. What they did that was embarrassing that day. Like, the spotlight effect is really
Or just
interesting.
what they have to do.
No,
Like,
but I'm saying, like, we're all obsessed with ourselves. And so if everyone's obsessed with ourselves, no one has time to think about anyone else.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the way you're saying that, because there's people that are kind and not obsessed with ourselves and we want to help others. So
That is true, of
that's
course.
not-
But at the end of the day, who is that person thinking about most?
What are you talking about? Oh, like, for the most part, what are you thinking about? Yeah, ourselves.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that.
And
that's
kind
not
people that you're talking about aren't actually judging other people. So they're not even like part of this.
I don't know about that. I consider myself a kind person, but I still have the tendency to judge people.
Okay. Whatever. I think we're just debating each other for debate's sake at this point. Anyway,
So,
I actually almost let you affect me with the spotlight effect. I almost let your judgment affect a decision that I was going to make. And this is something small, but it happens on a bigger scale all the time. So I just moved and I wanted to try out Orange Theory, the workout classes. And you literally told me, don't go to Orange Theory. That's like so less tough than CrossFit. Like, that's not for tough guys. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell? Like, I actually almost canceled the class. I kid you not. After you told me that, even if you were half joking, I was like one click away from canceling my reservation. And I was so happy that I didn't. I went and I enjoyed it. And I'm going to try another class. And thank God I didn't listen to you.
Good for you.
Exactly.
Good for you,
But
Mike.
how often in life do we make these much bigger decisions, not going to an Orange Theory class, but what we're going to choose as our major, what career we're going to pursue, who is a good partner for us just because our parents said they're a good partner for us or our family thinks they're a good partner
Whether
for
we're
us.
going to stay in a shitty job or quit.
Go be a lawyer, go be a doctor, go do these safe things. Go, like, there's a script that other people are trying to force on us at all times. And we need to break that.
Yeah. And so this is all tied to the egocentric bias, the brain's tendency to use our own perspective as the default reference point. Isn't that so true? Like, we think that everyone is seeing the world from our point of view.
Yeah.
And the solution here is to actually practice empathy and realize that everyone is seeing the world through their own eyes, and that, yes, we may be the hero of our own story, but they're the hero of their own story, and they're the hero of their own story, and we are not the central character in their story.
Yeah, I think the moral of this episode can really be summed up in do what makes you happy and stop giving a shit what anybody thinks. Like, it's really that simple. Where in your life are you not doing what makes you happy, what you truly want to do because of the fear of judgment?
Mm-hmm.
The reality is nobody cares.
You know what's a big one there? No, you know what's a big one? Saying no to plans.
What do you mean?
Like, so you have this fear, like someone invites you to something and you have this fear of saying no to those plans because you really don't want to go. But you have this fear that you're going to be like judged because they're going to be like, why don't you want to come?
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, right, someone will judge you, right? The person that asked you to make that made those plans and you say no. Now, how do you get over that?
Well, you realize that they're going to be thinking of something else in the next 20 minutes. And you just got to do what makes you happy and not care what they think.
Yeah. So recently, one of our friends actually told us this. He said their brother is a very like free spirit. He lives in Pennsylvania, out in the woods. And his brother told him the happiest day of his life when he realized that, what was it? What did he say? No, the happiest day of his life was when he stopped giving a shit about what other people thought of him.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's pretty powerful.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
So really think about this. If you're listening or watching, what area of your life are you holding yourself back? Whether it's something big like a career choice or the partner that you want to attract because you think this is the partner that would make your parents most proud or your family most proud. Those are the big examples. Or something small like you want to get a new haircut and you've been holding yourself back from getting this new haircut because of what people might think. Or you want to get a tattoo, but you're holding yourself back because of what people might think. Like, do what it is that's going to make you happy. People will forget about you. They do not care. So at the end of the day, life is too short not to do that. The question is, how do you get better at this? And the answer is practice. Like, when we first started creating content on social media, we thought there was a spotlight on us and everyone was judging us, and it was really uncomfortable to actually get those videos up. But the more practice we got at doing these uncomfortable things and just like being true to who we are and stop and not care, the easier it got for us over time. And so I think I want to end this episode with a call to action, which is to get a rep in of not giving a shit what someone thinks. Do something uncomfortable. I think the perfect example, slightly unrelated, but it's still great practice, is next time you go order a coffee, whether it's at Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or wherever the hell you go order a coffee.
Yeah.
At the checkout, just ask the barista or the person checking you out if you can get a 10% discount on your order. Don't give them a reason. Don't give them anything other than, hey, would you be able to give me a 10% discount? It's something that is uncomfortable and weird and it doesn't feel right, but it's the perfect opportunity to get that little tiny rep to make you realize no one cares.
Yeah.
And what's the worst case scenario of you asking? Best case is they're like, yeah, sure. Actually, you know what? This one's on me. And you get the whole thing for free. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario is they're just like taken back and a little confused and they're just like, no, I don't think so. let me ask my manager. Like they're just going to be confused. Yeah. But either way, it's like, it's just proving to yourself through action that nobody cares.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good one. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. We love you. Peace. Thank you so much for listening all the way to the end.
If you're new here, we share daily mindset motivation in 10 minutes or less.
So if that's your vibe, hit subscribe or check out another episode right here.